Welcome to the Ghost Club Christmas meal at the Bedford in BALHAM. Already the starter was considerably better than the whole overall meal from a place we went to a few years back, where everything was burnt to a crisp. But yeah, quite dim in here, kind of spooky atmosphere. Ooh. See, no reflection of anyone in the mirror there, notice that.
And doesn't it show when you do it yourself?
Oh yeah. I had it like
And my sister did it for me. And my sister just went to my
She has no idea how stupid she looks. This is massive and amazing. See my hand here? Now they might think that's my hand. That's actually one of those foam hands you get from a joke shop for gladiators or you know, football matches or something. So so this is actually 6 feet across.
And then we shall. There are a few little announcements I'd like to make. And then desserts will be coming.
Alan's very upset. He's going to have a go at us because people started doing graffiti on the walls, and Lance did a dirty protest on the table, and Alan's not happy because he's going to have to pay for it.
It falls upon me once more at the Christmas luncheon to have the privilege of delivering the Ghost Club's Christmas lunch speech. And I have to say, on this occasion, it did occur to me that today is actually the 15th Ghost Club lunch I have actually attended. I first attended a Ghost Club Christmas lunch in 1997, and that was held at the old Tratu restaurant in Kensington, which many of you will remember. And it occurred to me that that is just 15 years, but that is but 1/10 of the existence of the Ghost Club in history, in one form or another. 15 years is but 1/10 of the history that we trace back. And I know some research has been done recently, and perhaps, like many foundation myths, like the real date of Christmas and so on, perhaps it doesn't bear too much close historical scrutiny. But certainly the research that's been done recently into the genesis of the Ghost Club shows that as long ago as 1862 there was a Ghost Club meeting in London, and indeed in 1882 there was a club which was meeting once again and could draw associations and inspiration from that earlier incarnation of the Ghost Club. So if you think about it, it is quite a remarkable thing that we can actually be looking at with 2012, a continuation of some 150 years of existence as a cultural body. One form or another, people have been meeting generation after generation. Empires have risen and fallen, thrones have raised and tottered, all kinds of things, yet the one consistent feature which has carried on in this country is a Ghost Club, regardless of everything else which has occurred outside. So I think we need to think of the history of the Ghost Club, particularly as we're going to make something of 2012 as an anniversary event. Let's also think as well, we are here in quite a remarkable location, and I'd like to take this opportunity to first of all say thank you very much for ably hosting us and looking after us here at the Bedford Hotel. And in terms of why we're here, we actually owe our meeting for our Christmas lunch here to a predecessor in the post of chair, dear old Tom Herrett, who was chairman of the Ghost Club for some 29 years, which is quite an achievement in any capacity, in any office, voluntary or professional. 29 years he was chairman of the Ghost Club. Tom is unfortunately too unwell to be able to be with us today, but he has sent a message. His message reads, "Please pass on my best wishes to everyone. Whilst I regret I cannot be with you in the actuality, I am with you in spirit. I take a very active interest in the club and continue to enjoy reading of all the things that it is doing and engaged in, and in reading the excellent newsletter." And of course this is also, I think, an occasion as well to as we do each Christmas, is bear in mind those friends, those fellow Ghost Club members whom we have known, who we have enjoyed knowing them, who it's been a privilege and an honour to know, who are no longer with us. Just to give you a list of some of those ones from yesteryear who are in the beyond, now in spirit. We think of Commander Bill Bellers, who was our General Secretary for many years. We think of the late Maurice Gross, the exemplary investigator of spontaneous phenomena right until the end of his life. We think of dear old Dennis Moises, who was a great Ghost Club member for so many years until he sadly left us. We think of dear old Dennis Bardens, who I always remember we welcomed back into the Ghost Club after a gap of many years, and he stood up at the year 2000 dinner and paid tribute to us as an ancient and creditable club. Think of dear Lionel Gibson. It's 5 years since Lionel died. The last time any of us actually saw Lionel, I think, in the flesh was at the Ghost Club Christmas lunch that year in 2006. We think of Philip Paul, who of course was one of the very reasons we're all here, for his unique role in helping galvanise the old Harry Price Club after the death of Price, bringing the members together and launching a revival. And he came back to us after a gap of some 48 years. I always look back on affection with being able to say, as you were saying, Philip, before you were so rudely interrupted. And I think also of Andrew and Nora Green as well. And we think of Nora, who sadly died in September. And so they are still with us in spirit, and I'd like to propose the first toast to those absent friends, members still of this club.
Absent friends.
But of course, it would not be a Ghost Club Christmas.
I've asked the Winners Harry, there was blood across the road called Harry. And this is a nice story too, because if you ask the local people, and he used to live in the road directly every day.